What's going on, everybody? This is Coach Unchained coming to you with a pop-up show. Um, this is a post-game, just a pop-up show. So this show's about there's enough blame to go around. Who do we blame? Why do we blame? And so on and so on. But as you know, yesterday our Falcons lost to the Arizona Cardinals 25-23 in a not a great game, not a bad game, not a good game. It's just in the game that should not have been that close. And we've seen that over the last 3 weeks. And that's a lot of blame to go around. A lot of people are going to say the head coach, but it can be a lot of different things. And as I think about more and more, analytics has a lot to do with football today, which is, not like the old days where, coaches coach from instinct. Now coaches coach from this analytics things and they say, okay, on this play here should work, and on this time or this down or this and so on and so on. It's pretty much given to you what you could or what you should do. Which is like the old days. I see this, I'm gonna do this. If I see I can run the ball 20 times, I'm gonna run the ball 20 times. But with analytics, or whatever you want to call it, it says this play here should work at this time. But that, like I said, the blame goes to the head coach. Everything goes toward the head coach. But a lot of this is on our players also. Our players are not doing enough, just in my eyes. They're not doing enough to make sure that they succeed. In other words, finish your routes, finish your blocks, work harder, have that don't give up attitude. Because yesterday we came out so well. The last couple of games we looked so flat. Like I said, it's a lot of blame. There's a lot of blame to go around. Head coach, players, everybody. We missing tackles. Tackling is part of the player's responsibility. But when you're undisciplined player, stuff like that happens. And being undisciplined falls on the head coach's shoulder. All the coach's shoulder. That's from training, or not training enough, or not doing the necessary things to make sure that you succeed in tackles. Another thing, get out of your lanes. When you're playing on defense, you have a lane you need to stay in. Once you cross that lane, things happen. And that all comes from doing your responsibility, making sure you do your job and make sure that you are disciplined when you do your job. Like I said, it showed up on this defense, actually the last 2 weeks. It showed very undisciplined football. But all this here rolls downhill. It starts with the media. It started this past summer with the media of the different narrative, all this and the Falcons this, Falcons that. And then it rolled downhill. It got into the fans. And the fans see things or they hear things and it get blown out because they are not, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying to be settled with the word. They're not aware of certain things that happen in football. That's the word I'm looking for. So when they hear something or they hear it more than once, especially when you hear it on TV, ESPN, or you hear it in some of the content creators and some of the local media, people start to believe things. It's an eye test, man. Football's about the eye test also. You can see that the team is undisciplined. It's just like they wanted, Desmond's not the man. So put Heineke in. Put Heineke in. Now, is Heineke the man? Or just you don't want a quarterback here at all? This is a team, guys. Like I always say, team means together everyone achieves more. But our team right now look like they're all individualized on some aspect of the game, especially on the offensive side. We got guys that are not blocking. There's no way, well, that's possible, but there's no way this offensive line should have regressed to this level. Maybe Jake's getting too old. We paid the right side of the line. Maybe the money's, you know, I don't know. I'm not gonna say the money's went to their head, but they're not playing, or they're not being as forceful in my eyes as I expected those guys to be. You as fan, local media, and so on and so on, you wanted to run the ball more. And this is all from the Vegas fantasy football thing. You guys heard what they say, and you guys wanted it. Same thing early in the season. Kyle Pitts is not being used. So we throw the ball more than we run the ball. But then you want to run back to let's run the ball more. Balance, man. If you realize this guy, the first 2 years, we had nothing. First year, you had Matt Ryan. Yeah, Matt Ryan's a great passer. So Kyle Pitts became Kyle Pitts his first year of playing football. Last year, you had Kyle Pitts in what else? Same thing the first year, but you had Kyle Pitts and no one else pretty much. You had wide receivers, but you didn't have that number one guy. You brought Drake in. He's a rookie. So if you expecting Drake to give you 10,000 yards this first season, that wasn't going to happen. He got 700, which is a good number. But as a fan and ex-coach, and I guess I'm a content creator myself, I see the game in a different light. I do, just for being a coach. I can defend the head coach, but I also can criticize the head coach. He hasn't done a lot of things that I would have done, but I'm not an analytics coach. I don't coach by analytics. I coach by feel and what I see and by just common knowledge. I don't have the access of what they have in the pros. But that being said, sometimes you have to go back to the feel of the game. Like I said, some is blame on the head coach, but a lot of it is blame on the players. So that means the whole team is at fault. This is a team loss. Like I said, Heineke came in. Heineke did what he did. He played 3 quarters. Theirs played 2 drives. They're almost equal in what they've done. But we all have different opinions about everything. And that's fine. And that's part of life. Nobody has the same opinion. You can say the same things, but your opinion could mean something totally different. And I get it. But it all comes back to who's to blame. I got a lot of blaming, man. Like I said, I can blame the head coach. I can blame the players. I can blame the media. I can blame the fans because of some of you guys are so biased in your expectations, or I guess you can say high, but sometimes you don't have expectations. Some of your expectation is just automatic negative. And being negative to a team, they hear this, man. And it can affect teams. It can affect you by hearing all the negativity surrounding them individually or as a team. And I think the local media and the content creators, you know, need to push for better instead of being negative about or criticizing with negativity. Like I said, this is my take. Criticizing a team that you're supposed to be a fan of. We know certain persons are not a fan of a certain team, but they do content create, which I don't understand that. How can you content create for a team that you don't root for? So my take on that is you're going to always be negative toward that team. But that's just me. But with that being said, negativity and blame can go a long way. You can blame the refs because sometimes those flags are held and there's obvious stuff that is going on. The other team may get the call, but you won't. And I'm going to say this right here. Like I said, it's going to be a short show. It's not going to be a long show, but I'm going to say this right here. NFL has a lot to do with that. You know, good or bad, they have a lot to do with that. But I'm going to say my main topic of what to blame from the negativity and from all the outside noise that we hear is that Super Bowl loss. I want everybody to put that thinking cap back on prior to that Super Bowl. The years prior to that Super Bowl while Matt Ryan was here. If you notice, we didn't have a great defense during that time Matt Ryan was here. I'm gonna say you may have had a decent defense out of the 14 years Matt Ryan was here, and you probably had a decent defense maybe 2, maybe 3 years of that whole time there. But you never thought the Atlanta Falcons were going to have a bad record. They never talked negative about the Atlanta Falcons until that February 2017 game when we lost. And since that point, negativity has entered the Falcons' life. Is that a good? Is that a blame? No, it's our own fault because our content creators and our local media had ridden the ship of that negativity. Had there been positive media, local media, and I ain't gonna say all content creators, but some haven't had that push for excellency. You've been pushing for demanding, actually, but everything's been demanding with negativity. But hey, something has to give. Do we get rid of Arthur Smith? I don't know. But if you do, be prepared to start over. I mean, completely over. Is Arthur Smith doing a good job right now? I don't know. But he feels the pressure. You can tell. Look how he looks. In the last 10 weeks, he's got more gray. He's got more slouch wear. And now he doesn't even look at the camera. He holds his head down. Is it more like ashamed, or is it just stress? To me, because I think this guy he's so used to doing right that this pressure's getting to him. He hears, like I said, he hears the media. It ain't like that he don't care. I think this guy wants to win. I really feel that he wants to win. But it's just something ain't clicking. Has he lost the locker room? Perhaps. Are the players playing hard as they can? I don't think they are. So what's the give? I cannot tell you. I am not in that locker room. So what we think or what we say doesn't really matter. This decision is going to come from Arthur Blanks, Rich McKay, and, whoever else is responsible for the hiring. Like I said, Arthur Blank hired Arthur Smith. So something has to give. Simple as that. Something has to give. But this loss right here is a sore loss. To me, it was a must win. However, we're still not out. We still are not out of the rim of the division, which is a damn shame. We were in the same boat last year, 4-4, and then their roof came off. Like we just opened the roof and it never closed, and we flooded. Will 7-10 get the job done this year? Nope. I think if we go 7-10, I think there's a chance he loses his job. I think the only thing he can save his job is a playoff, for sure division win, division championship, actually. Only thing that can save his job. That's just me personally. So, you guys wanted the man gone? Be prepared to start over. I'm saying with a whole new coaching staff. I don't think nobody within will keep that job. Maybe the D coordinator. Maybe. But I don't think he'd be fired before the end of the season. Unless he just, I don't know. But this is the bye week. You never know. So we're going to just wait and see, play it by ear, and go from there. But if you hear the Falcons holding a special press conference, be prepared to hear something of that sort. So, but anyway, man, I just had to rant. This is my pop-up show. This is my rant show, I guess you want to call it. I ain't gonna cuss, so I ain't gonna do all that, but I'm just saying this is just something that's on my head. And yeah. Thank you guys. Don't forget, please hit that subscribe button for Coach Unchained. Share this video out. Like it as well. I'll see you guys the next go round. Peace.